The ancient Greeks and Romans engineered massive aqueducts, mapped the stars, and erected towering columns that still stand today. But they built their entire civilization while missing a basic piece of mathematics. They had no number zero. Look closely at how they counted. Doing complex calculations with Roman numerals meant endlessly piling on symbols. It was a strictly additive system, which made advanced mathematics feel like trying to do long division using the alphabet. Other ancient societies recognized this problem. The Babylonians and Mayans developed an early placeholder system. Instead of creating a new symbol, they simply left an empty gap between digits to distinguish 11 from 101. But the Greeks rejected even this gap. For them, mathematics was deeply tied to philosophy. They believed the universe was completely full, arguing that a true void was impossible. They couldn't reconcile how nothing could possibly be quantified. This inability to mathematically interact with the void created a ceiling for ancient science. Without a way to calculate using an empty value, their mathematics remained stuck in simple geometry and addition. That mental leap happened thousands of miles away in ancient India. Unlike the Greeks, their culture philosophically embraced the void, naming it Shunya. By the 5th century, the astronomer Aryabhata started explicitly using empty spaces and place values in his calculations, pulling Shunya out of pure philosophy and into practical math. We can see physical evidence of this in the ancient Bakhshali manuscript, featuring one of the earliest recorded placeholder dots. But look closely, they still functioned strictly as magnitude indicators, distinguishing tens, hundreds, or thousands. The defining breakthrough came in 628 CE from the mathematician Brahmagupta. He formalized zero as the exact result of subtracting a number from itself. For the first time in history, there were actual rules for adding, subtracting, and multiplying with nothing. The physical legacy of Brahmagupta's math survives today at the Chaturbhuj Temple in Gwalior, carved into the cliffside in 876 CE. Inscribed on a wall inside is a record tracking daily flower offerings, utilizing a distinct circular zero. It proves that the concept had officially transitioned from an empty space into a fully functioning mathematical engine. With these new rules established, this radical mathematics moved out of India, following merchants along bustling trade routes directly into Baghdad and the Middle East. Arab mathematicians, most notably Al-Khwarizmi, eagerly absorbed the concept. They translated the Sanskrit word shunya into the Arabic term sifr, which also means empty. The system might have stayed in the Middle East if not for Fibonacci, a young Italian merchant. While living in North Africa, he encountered this new method of calculation and realized it was vastly superior to European bookkeeping. In 1202, Fibonacci returned to Italy and published Liber Abaci. That single text officially smuggled the Arabic numbering system across the Mediterranean and into Europe. His publication set off a linguistic chain reaction. The Arabic sifr was translated into Latin as zephirum, which eventually mutated into the word we use today, zero. European merchants quickly learned that calculating compound interest and profit margins was significantly easier with 9 digits and a zero. The clunky Roman numerals were rendered entirely obsolete across the Western world. Brahmagupta's rules provided the structural floor for algebra and calculus. By treating nothing as a manipulatable value, mathematicians could finally model complex rates of change and abstract variables. This mathematical logic eventually shifted from decimal counts to the binary language of modern machines. By reducing every calculation to a physical choice between on or off, 1 or 0, engineers created the first logic gates. These simple binary switches, scaled by the millions, formed the digital architecture inside the mainframes and NASA mission control consoles that eventually guided humans to the moon. Looking back, the trajectory of human technology followed the formal definition of concepts that previous eras found impossible to name. Today, zero provides the foundation for every digital interaction and mathematical proof. It is the literal starting point for the modern world. If you want to uncover the hidden histories behind the things we take for granted, subscribe to the Roots of Routine channel. Let us know in the comments which everyday concept we should explore next.
Subscribe to us for more such videos.